So I uploaded my first few videos of fasting last night. I didn't really edit the videos in any particular way for anyone, and to be honest, I didn't even mention in the beginning of any of these videos in any detailed way that I will be fasting, but I did leave a lovely description. And yeah, I didn't pay much attention to them when uploading them as well. I was a little excited to get the message out there, to hopefully be motivating. But yeah, I was wired, like really tuned in to uploading these videos, because there were so many hurdles I had to overcome with YouTube, connecting the accounts. There's always something. But I struggled to sleep last night. Like, I normally meditate myself to sleep and I can quiet my mind, but there was something where my conscious was connected to, and somehow that was, knowing that I guess the videos are out there. I'm not worried if no one watches them. I'm sure people will, even if it's not now, somewhere down the line. And even if it just motivates a few people. My goal isn't to make a change in the whole world. My goal, my place is to keep spinning my wheel and hopefully motivate a few others. But I don't know if that's the reason, because I can't think of any other reason why I wouldn't have slept, or even have a slight headache. Yeah, just wanted a little update. It's like 7 a.m. here, 7:05, and I do get up around this time, but I've got a weird headache. Today's the 29th of March. It's currently around, what's the time? 10:09. Sorry, 10:36. And I woke up around 6, feeling highly energized like I was last night. I realized that I couldn't really wind down from like all the video editing and some conversations that I had that were very deep. And yeah, when I woke up today, I was wired at 6, but I also had a headache. So I drink the BioStill electrolyte hydration, and I usually don't drink it more than, well, for the first few weeks, at least first 10 days, I'd only taken it twice. And after having that really, I can't remember the day, but after having almost a crash the day after I came back from work, I guess that was Tuesday, I decided that I'll be drinking it at least every day, just to get the balance up. Yesterday I had it, and this morning I decided to have it in bed because I was like, I'm also super dehydrated. It must be something to do with the hydration. Like, I've been drinking my this has got Himalayan salt, potassium, magnesium, and a squeeze of lemon juice in there. But I did need some extra electrolytes, I guess, because as soon as I had a bit of the BioStill, I I started to feel a little more relaxed. Then I kind of meditate myself into another sleep, and then I just didn't want to wake up. I was just having like the first few days of fasting, you get that where if you're someone who's, you know, accustomed themselves to fasting, and you do it every once in a while, like the first few times you do it, all you can do is think about food and think about, oh, my stomach's grumbling. Your stomach's not even kind of adjusted to it. But once you've adjusted to it mentally and physically, then the days that you don't eat, that you fast, let's say doing it 1-2 days, you start to have these, like, because your digestive system's kind of shut down and your muscles start feeling more relaxed, you get this really euphoric sleep and this really euphoric feeling in bed. You feel more sensitive, the sheets feel nicer touching your skin, and you just feel cozy in bed. And also you feel a bit cooler, which helps you sleep. You know, you're not like overheated in bed ever. But yeah, I kind of got that feeling earlier, which is the first time I've had in, I don't know, a little while actually. Maybe been about a week since I've had that feeling. But I had that and I feel super relaxed now. Like I'm just taking it easy. I don't even want to wake up. I know my cortisol levels will go up soon after I've taken my cold plunge. But it's days like this where you've got to listen to your body and really just take it easy. I'm not going to work at the bar till this fast is over, but I have signed up for a few volunteer jobs working at a community centre in the kitchen, working in the the front back house of a thrift store, and doing some food banking. So yeah, I've got some interesting, volunteer jobs coming up, which I'm definitely gonna take footage of so you guys can see and I can rather record and keep up to date how I'm feeling during these jobs. And I'll probably make another video, if not after my cold plunge, maybe later on in the evening. But yeah, this is me waking up, and I know I haven't structured any of these videos. I wasn't even planning to share this with anyone initially. Like, I didn't even tell anyone I was going into a fast. I didn't plan it myself. It was mid-December, where I'd just come off, it was like December 22nd, I'd just come off a 2-week fast, and that's when I met my boy Carson. And I started to meet more interesting people as well. You attract what you kind of are. And I said to myself then, 2 weeks didn't feel like anything. Like I really could have gone. I felt like what made me break my fast was still somewhat, as much as it don't seem like a desire, it was actually how my conditioning of how I guess it's hard to say, but I would say, like, the way we've maladapted to consuming food and our lifestyle, which we think is natural, as healthy as it may be, as much as active as we may be, and as outgoing and as disciplined as we may be, there's still some dysfunction in the way we are, because we're not really in touch with our nature as much as we like to think we are. We're evolving as a species consciously, but also with, you know, from a period of having technology, which has kind of changed things. And technology is a complicated one, you know. We can get into that and say, you know, there's different types of technology, but yeah, you know, I said to myself, I'll go into this fast back in December, and hit March, and I'm like struggling to like eat, and I was going through some spiritual stuff. Like first week of March, it was very powerful. Like, and I was still doing fast. Like, I'm fasting 2 days a week, 2 days a week, 3 days a week actually. And because I did on February, the last month I did 3 days, and in the first week I did like 1 day of March, and then the second week I did like 2 days. And so this is what I'm getting at. On the second week, I'm on my fast, but before I break my fast, I come to notice how I can't really eat anyway. Like, I don't want to eat. Like, my body's just, my spirit is rather like feeling this pulsating energy, like vibrating, and visions and just interesting things happening, powerful. So I decide not to eat, and I'm like, maybe I'll go on a bit of a fast. Then shout out to my boy Lawrence, because I had a flashback when I thought about going on the fast, and he was like, you know, I did 21 days, and I can feel him. Like, he was coming from a very deep and powerful place. I always call it heartfully humble. You know, we always try to be humble. A lot of times it's a conditioning, but being heartfully humble, it's a very different thing, you know, doing something from your heart. And so I went in the fast a week or so into it, and I'm like, I can keep going, like 21 days maybe. Let me think about this. Like, let me not just say, oh, there's a rule. I don't want no rules in this. No rules. No curtailing the freedom. Just being completely free in this. And yeah, like, come getting close to my second week, I'm like 30 days, maybe 31, break it on like 13th. My birthday's on the 18th, like probably, you know. Then I'm like doing some research. Like, I kind of knew about Lent, I kind of know about Ramadan. Then I'm like, okay, maybe I'm gonna go for the whole 40 days where I break it on my birthday. And I don't know if well, on my previous videos I probably said I started on the 10th, but looking back at my pictures and reading my diary, I actually started my fast on the 9th, but I calculated it as the first day on the 10th. So technically I started my fast on the 9th, so this would be my 20th day that I'm fasting. Because I had a little meal at like just before 12 p.m. as 9th of March, and it was like, I eat a lot of nuts and broth, so I had a few nuts and oat milk, and that was it. So yeah, that's today, 29th of March. It's now 10:49, and I'll slowly get to my routine. So I've been up for a few hours now. Time's 1 o'clock and 1:10, and I feel great. You know, I've just done my energy moves. Well, I haven't finished my last one. I do one in the garden where I touch the soil, I speak to the elements. I finish my stretching. I find every time I release my hips, I feel like a new me every morning. Do some light breathing exercises. Ooh. Pump the spine. But something I haven't done in a few days is my Shakti mat, and I love Shakti, and I find it a luxury. It's just hard to fit in because and anyone could let me know if they have any tips on this, but I lie on my Shakti mat and then I go in a cold plunge. But because I'm on the Shakti mat for about half an hour, my body cools down so much. I can do tumo, I breathe, but even then, you know, your body's been so still for a while. Till like even when you're doing the Wim Hof, it takes a while for your body to warm up. Actually, it's not a bad thing. But what I'm trying to say is Shakti matting is something that I don't get a lot of time to do. I find it a luxury because you get to really relax on it. So I'm gonna get to witness that now, feel that deep relaxation, even though now I'm wide awake. But I will surely wake up after my cold plunge. So I've just come from my garden, come out the cold plunge. I did 2 minutes. I could have gone a lot longer. Again, today I felt really tired, so I need to be really careful with that and not overdo it. You know, I've still got 20 days to go, but you know, when I'm doing my Wim Hof breathing exercise, I almost passed out for one, and the feeling the way it resets your breathing is incredible for one. And when it is combined with, you know, ice or cold immersion, you access parts of your mind which are very much in a psychedelic realm, let's say, but more presently, like you're more present while you're there, which is an incredible feeling. And as you continue to breathe, there's a feeling of euphoria that's on you. So I hope I can continue to do my cold water immersions throughout this whole fasting period, because honestly I feel a lot stronger now that I have done it.